As it nears its 25th birthday, Michael Mann's crime saga Heat further cements its place as a modern classic. At the time of its release, there was a lot of fanfare around the fact that we would finally see two acting greats, Robert DeNiro and Al Pacino, share the same screen space for the first time ever.
What do you say I buy you a cup of coffee?
Yeah, sure, let's go.
Follow me.
This, however, was more than a gimmick. It was essential to have two greats play such worthy adversaries. Ask anyone who the greatest modern actors are, and De Niro and Pacino will be mentioned in the same breath. Their pairing was inevitable. They were destined to do it. It is this sense of fate and destiny that runs through the narrative of Heat, and gives the film its enduring power. Fate not only brings the characters together, but it also informs how the characters live out their lives. One of the themes that occurs again and again in the films of Michael Mann is a sense of duty or code that the characters adhere to. I like to call this a man has a code. This can be seen in Manhunter, where Will Graham is compelled to do his job and capture a dangerous killer, even at the risk of losing his sanity. The same can be seen in The Insider, where Jeffrey Wigand risks endangering his family in order to blow the whistle on Big Tobacco. In Ali, he refuses to fight in Vietnam and faces going to jail. And in Collateral, Jamie Foxx's character is determined to do the right thing, even when faced with a ruthless killer. In Heat, there are many codes, and they are articulated throughout.
So you never wanted a regular type life?
The fuck is that? Barbecues and ball games?
Yeah.
This regular type life, that your life?
My life? No, my life. No, my life's a disaster zone.
These codes prevent the characters from living the regular type life. They see their fate as something different. They go one way, while the rest of society goes another.
I don't know how to do anything else.
Neither do I.
I don't much want to either.
Neither do I.
It is a fatalistic outlook. They would rather be dead than be ordinary. Crime and violence is a normal part of their lives. It gives them status and power. So let's see these codes in action.
All I am is what I'm going after.
Al Pacino plays Vincent Hanna, the obsessive cop. He'll go to all lengths to capture the villains. It's all he knows how to do. He's the hunter. He stalks his prey. He prowls. He roars. This is his purpose.
You live among the remains of dead people. You read the terrain. You search for signs of passing, for the scent of your prey, and then you hunt them down. That's the only thing you're committed to.
It's what keeps him alive, keeps him sharp. He believes he can't function if he lets go of his angst, if he tries to normalize the brutality of the crimes he sees. To make them normal would make him less effective. He sees this as his fate, to suffer in order to do good. As a flip side to that coin, we have De Niro's Neil McCauley, a quieter figure, Ghost. He's a man of control and discipline, the embodiment of his code.
Remember Jimmy McElwain on the yard used to say, you want to be making moves on the street, have no attachments, allow nothing to be in your life that you cannot walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you spot the heat around the corner.
Being alone is key to his existence. If he is to be good at what he does, he has to be alone. If that control is not there, he's out. Look at his surroundings. Sparse. A sterile home. He has no possessions. His home is like a protective cage. keeps everyone else away, keeps him safe and distant.
I'm alone. I am not lonely.
He accepts solitude as his fate. It's that or death. But tragically, even by sticking to his code, death still finds him. Supporting characters expand on the conflicts of staying true to Macaulay's code, of dropping everything, and the notion of being predestined, being resistant to living a regular life. In a key scene, Macaulay asks his crew if they still want to carry out the heist, even though the heat's getting closer. What's interesting about the way this scene plays out is the pacing, the time between the lines. They're reflecting on their fates, not just deciding. They see no alternative. Val Kilmer's character, Chris Chiherlis, is a gambler, a man who plays with his fate, and as a result is trapped in a life of gambling debt and therefore a life of crime. He makes the heartbreaking decision of sticking to the code, and in the end, he's the only one that gets away. Tom Sizemore's character best embodies the example of someone who has no desire for the regular life, despite being a family man who's financially secure. In his own words, the action is the juice. Crime just empowers him, makes him strong. One character who appears as an almost superfluous element of the story is that of Donald Breeden, played so memorably by Dennis Haysbert. Breeden is a recently paroled ex-con who's trying to go straight. Through Breeden, we see what all the other characters fear, and that's the regular life. As he tries to go straight, he quickly realizes that he has no significance in society, which means no power, no duty, and no code. He has no sense of self-worth that the life of crime used to bring him. Fate intervenes for Breeden when Macaulay recognizes him at work. Having just lost their getaway driver, Macaulay offers him the chance to drive in the heist. Breeden quits his job on the spot and agrees to be the wheelman. This could be dismissed as a piece of convenient plotting. However, it only serves to reinforce the film's sense of fate and predetermination.
Who are you?
Waingro.
Waingro. Let's talk about Waingro, one of the more memorable supporting characters, and the true villain of the piece. He's a hothead and a nasty piece of work. This is a man with no code other than self-preservation. He represents the evil of undisciplined criminality, in stark contrast to the sophistication and discipline of Macaulay and co. I see Waingro as the agent of fate and chaos. He causes Hannah and Macaulay's paths to intersect. It's Waingro that escalates the heist at the beginning to a murder. And it's the murder of the teen prostitute that brings Hannah even closer. In the end, Waingro gives information on Macaulay's crew to the people they stole from. He's also used as bait to trap Macaulay in the final scenes. Waingro haunts Macaulay all throughout. He is a demon he wrestles with. He's the one thing Macaulay feels that he can't control or contain. To the extent that, even when he's home free at the end, Macaulay still feels the need to tie up loose ends. There's something deeper there, however. It's more than just revenge. He's wrestled with that demon for too long. He wants to make a clean transformation before he starts his new life with Edie. He's facing the evil within himself. And when he shoots Waingro, he is vanquishing the last shred of criminality within himself forever. He's turning his back on crime and moving into a new future. Tragically, it's his pursuit of Waingro that lands him in the lap of Hannah, which leads to the inevitable showdown. From the start of the movie, we've been waiting for this moment. It's teased all throughout the first act. We're brought agonizingly close as they watch each other. Michael Mann manipulates spaces as he teases us with their union. They can see each other sense each other, but we have to wait and anticipate that moment when we see those actors, those characters meet. The story is built around this promise. There will be a showdown, a face-off. Not just words, but action. We know this genre, the genre of cops and robbers. The good guys chase the bad guys, and the bad guys get caught. It runs deep throughout cinema, and Michael Mann uses mythic conventions to give the film its epic feel. Heat is often cited as a neo-noir, an update of the film noir, due to its morally ambiguous characters and the thin line between good and evil. However, Heat draws its DNA from another epic genre, and that's the Western. In Heat, we almost have the same iconography. We have Hannah, the devoted lawman, Macaulay, the outlaw, the archetypical loner hero, with his team of bandits, robbing an armoured truck in the opening scene, like it's the great train robbery. LA serves as our epic landscape, our prairie. We have our gunfight on Main Street, or the OK Corral. So in the end, we must have our jewel in the sun. At last, we have our standoff. The two characters are almost cosmically connected. Their fates are colliding, as they somehow knew they would. Straight out of a Western, we get our showdown. And in the end, there's only one man standing. But strangely, it's almost a bittersweet victory for Hannah. There's no purging of demons for him, the way Macaulay did when he killed Waingro. There's a moment of respect as they grip each other's hands, and then emptiness. The cost of catching Macaulay has made Hannah alone and lonely. It doesn't fill the void, but such is his fate. And that's my take on Heat. Thanks for watching the latest episode of Movie Birthdays. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you want to see more, please hit subscribe. See you next time.